Hey everybody, it's Deborah Daily, and today we're gonna make a dress for a doll, and it's gonna be a fancier dress. In this case, we're gonna use it for New Year's, because if you're watching this video, that the time is here to celebrate. And the first thing we're gonna do is gonna get her hair out the way. That's why I put it in a ponytail and a braid. And then I'm gonna use a shirt, and the top has been cut off because I've used it already. And you can use whatever fabric you like, but make sure that it's folded twice at least, some like that. So I'm just gonna trace her body, and I'm gonna put it at the very edge on her, right here. I'm gonna line it up with the edge, and then I'm gonna trace her down all the way to where I want it. So I'm gonna start from here, the top. I'm gonna make it a little bigger than her body. So I'm done with that. You can't really see it on the camera, but if you want to be able to see it better, you can use a marker or a pencil maybe. And now I'm gonna cut it out. If you have a fabric that doesn't need to be hemmed, or if you don't really care about the edges, you don't have to do this. But remember to always have adult supervision when you're working with scissors or something sharp, especially as these ones. So now, after I've cut it, I'm gonna go to the sewing machine and hem the edges. And it doesn't really matter if your cutting is rough, because this is gonna be the inside of the dress. Either way, the sewing's not gonna show, or the cutting is not gonna show. So I'm gonna go in. So now that you've sewed this part, or if you didn't still, if you hem this part, the next thing you want to do is take the sides that you see the flap of hemming, if you have that on there, and you're going to want to see that side will be on the outside, and you're going to sew a line down on the edge of it like this. And when you're done with that, unless you know it's gonna fit, but to be safe, you should probably check it on your doll to see if that's enough. And if it is, you can just sew the other side. And if it's too small, you can try again. And if it's too big, you can sew it a little less on the other side and mark where you need to sew it on. So I'm gonna go do that now. So now that you have your basic dress, and you adjust it as you need it to and everything like that, you can just wear this, but I'm gonna go a little further, and I'm gonna add straps onto here, and that's what I'm gonna do right now and show you how to do it. So I have this fabric right here, and I'm gonna measure it around her arms here, and I'm gonna do that for both, but I'm just gonna fold it in half and cut it like that. But I think I'm just gonna cut out each one, and I'm gonna hem the edges on this. You want to make sure that if you're doing the same thing, you want to make sure it's bigger than her arm, because when you sew it, it's going to be a lot shorter. And if you have the same fabric, when you cut it, it's going to shrink. So I cut one arm's length out, and then I tried to cut around that on another piece of fabric. But I guess you could try to measure one arm, and then take that amount and hold it, and then fold it over, and then cut off that much. So, if you don't know how to sew, you can use hot glue, but it might come out bulkier, or if you don't think you can sew that well. But on these, I used hot glue, so it would not look as weird with the thread. But if you have a good matching color thread with your fabric, you can just use that. So now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to kind of use the doll to measure, but I'm going to sew these closed. But first we got to go to where we can see our edges where we hemmed it. And we're going to sew like this. A line across here on both of them. So I'm going to go do that. So as you can see, I've sewed the edges of the sleeve together on both of them, and I tried to get them the same. But one thing, if one end of your sleeve is larger than the other, make that end closer to her wrist, where her hand is, because that's going to make it look better. So now what I want to do is I'm going to put these on for reference, at least, so I can mark it. And I'm going to sew the sleeves on to right here. And I'm going to sew the part where you can see the seam where I sewed it together. And I'm going to glue that on. You could glue it if you want. It's probably going to come off. But I'm going to sew that onto the edge right here. This to here, and sew it there. And I'm gonna wanna try to put them both at the edge so it doesn't look all weird when your sleeves aren't in the same place. So now I'm gonna go do that. Try on the dress on the doll. So I'm just gonna go from the bottom. And her feet are stuck. Okay, got them through. And then when I get to the sleeves, I'll just put the hands through. and slide it up the rest of the body. And that's the dress. And now I have a piece of fabric. It's just a strip. I didn't hem it or anything. If you want it to look like really nice and neat, you can hem it. But I'm just gonna put it on where these ends are in the front and knot it twice so it stays down. Like this. And this is the dress. So this is the dress. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and leave a comment of other videos you want me to do next. And Happy New Year!